Well, the crypto market is falling today as a result of the release of some economic data that the market didn't like so much. And so in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly why this data was so important, why the market didn't like it, and what I personally am doing right now. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tyler Hill. I am one of the co-founders of the Crypto Strategy School, and I post here on YouTube every single day, keeping you as updated as possible about what's happening in the crypto market. And again, today we're going to take a look at exactly what this data was, why the market's reacting how it is, why I don't really see it the same way, and much more. And so with that said, look, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. Now, first and foremost, why is the market falling like it is? Well, it's due to PCE data. We were expecting to see a rise month over month for core PCE at 0.3%, and we got 0.4%. Now, if you don't know what any of this means, quite simply, PCE data is a measurement of inflation. And this is actually the preferred measurement of inflation that the Fed uses to determine their monetary policy. The problem here is that PCE data came in worse than we were expecting, meaning inflation came in worse than we were expecting, or in even simpler terms, prices are rising a little bit faster than many analysts were expecting. Now, this does suck. It's kind of like a backhand front hand to the face because just yesterday we actually got some pretty decent data regarding PCE, regarding, early into Q4 and early Q1, showing that up until, December, January, we're in a pretty decent spot. But this says that in February, things took a bit of a different turn. Now, the market doesn't like this, and that is the reason, of course, why you are seeing the crypto market getting absolutely nuked today, with Bitcoin's price back down to $84,000. But I personally do have a bit of a different view on it. Just about a week ago, maybe a little bit more than a week and a half ago, Jerome Powell came out and said that he expects that as a result of Trump's tariffs, that we would start to see inflation maybe pick up a little bit, or it might start to kind of get a little bit volatile. But he's not actually expecting that the inflation caused by Trump's tariffs to last forever. He thinks it's just temporary. And so as a result of it, although he is paying attention to inflation as a result of tariffs, he's not super concerned about it, and that we might see something like this. And so, as I've been telling you throughout the course of the week, it was extremely important to watch today's PCE data. But the reality of the measurement here is that this was somewhat expected to some degree. When you impose tariffs, you are going to force inflation. It is just what happens. But history shows that inflation caused by those tariffs doesn't last forever, as Jerome Powell himself said. And so the market reacting this way as a result of that news is a little bit weird to me, but hey, it's just the way that this market acts. You can't really control it. But what do you know? Crypto prices are down a good bit today. And again, we can see here that Bitcoin's price is back down to $84,000. So kind of having now an understanding of why the market's pulling back, let's look at this from more of a technical perspective to get an idea of what we can expect next and what I'm doing now. Now, I will let you guys know one thing that I will make sure that you know before we get off this thing, because I'm so excited about it, is that I did just release a brand new video on my brand new YouTube channel, Tyler Teaches Crypto. The new video is I made millions in crypto, and here's what I learned. And it goes over 15 major lessons that I learned regarding crypto. And so if you do want to learn more about this world of crypto, go follow this channel. It's going to be only education, and it is just going to be a library where I post lessons, strategies, and much more. All of that is available for you. And speaking of lessons and strategies, do not forget that if you are someone who wants to become a winning investor, that is exactly what we do at my school, the Crypto Strategy School. We take crypto investors like yourselves. We give you coaching, workshops, classes, and much more to help you refine your strategies, because strategies are what create winning investors. And I'm not talking about little wins. I'm talking about big wins. I'm talking about hundreds of percentages in gains, hundreds of thousands of dollars being generated in this community every single day. So if you want to join a group of over 3,000 other students learning every single day how to become a winning investor, check out that link down below. Now, going a little bit forward, okay, making a little bit of progress here. Let's kind of look at what's happening with Bitcoin's price, because remember, Bitcoin is in control of this market right now. And what Bitcoin does is what the rest of the market's going to do. And so you need to watch it closely. Well, what we can see here is that Bitcoin's price at this point has seen a bit of a pullback, sure, but it's not something that you would really not expect, right? What we've been talking about for the last couple weeks is simply that Bitcoin's price has a major battle in front of it. I've told you all at least 3 or 4 times this week that you shouldn't get your hopes up that we're going to make any forward progress, that we're going to make any moves upwards until we break out of this descending channel. I told you all there's a massive point of resistance with this 50-day simple moving average. There's this massive point of resistance with this descending channel. And both of these points of resistance are bearish territory. And the bulls are going to need some real strength to get above this bearish territory. And so until we get into or above this bearish territory, don't get your hopes up. Don't be aping in. Don't just be buying everything you possibly can because things felt good a couple days ago. Because again, the reality of it is here is that until we break above this line, we're not going anywhere. Matter of fact, over in the school earlier today, that's exactly what I said. I said, listen, I'm watching this pullback. Look, I'll just read you the whole thing. I said Bitcoin is dropping pretty quickly today, but this isn't unexpected. As I mentioned earlier, we're not going to see any real upside until Bitcoin breaks out of this descending channel. That's why it's crucial to wait for confirmation before jumping into trades blindly. I'm watching this pullback closely. So far, it looks relatively healthy. We're just breaking down from a small ascending channel that formed over the past week. And unless Bitcoin's price drops below the bottom of the micro golden zone, I'm not too concerned. The bigger breakout decision is still in play. This move looks more like a classic liquidation hunt to me than anything else. And so what I mean by that and what I'm saying by that is, you got to be ready for things like this. When everybody else is buying, screaming that we're about to go into the banana zone, you got to look at it from a realistic perspective and say, hold on now. We've not broken any of our major things. We have a 3-step confirmation, which is the moving average, the structure, and the golden zone, and we didn't break through any of those. So why is it that everyone's going along here, opening up these huge leverage trades? It's not a good idea. And well, what do you know? The market starts absolutely nuking. Now, absolutely nuking is a crazy thing to say. I mean, it's fallen 3 to 4%, but you get the point. It got ugly because people got impatient. And as I say here on the channel, impatience is expensive. Now, what do we do now? Okay, now that we know, okay, the market's pulling back because there's a ton of selling pressure coming from these major zones of resistance, what do we do now? Well, I will go ahead and say that nothing that I'm seeing right here from this pullback is actually all that concerning. This is a natural, healthy looking pullback to me. We were in an ascending channel, and if you know me, you know I say it all the time, ascending channels have a 90% chance of breaking to the downside. So whenever you see Bitcoin's price doing something like this, you can just expect that it's going to pull to the downside. It's just what happens. But history shows that whenever you're in these ascending channels, it doesn't mean you're immediately going to nuke like that. Usually what will happen is you'll lose this little key level of support. You'll come down to one of these little liquidation zones, these little leverage zones, and then you're just going to try to find some support. So overall, I still do think that Bitcoin's going to try to find some support. And I think that the macro decision of whether or not it's going to break out of this descending channel is still in play. I don't think the decision has been made quite yet, or at least it's not confirmed to me. And so I'm not giving up hope that Bitcoin's going to break out of this descending channel. I'm just being realistic in the sense that, yeah, a pullback like this is somewhat expected whenever you have a major zone of resistance like that. And it's fine. It's not that big a deal. Everyone's freaking out like this is the worst thing ever. But the reality is that's just kind of what happens with ascending channels. And now that it's seen the pullback, it can try to find some support to try to see whether or not it can or cannot work its way back up there. And so what am I doing right now? Well, I'm probably just going to let this play out a little bit. I do intend to do some dollar cost averaging if Bitcoin's price is capable of coming back to this bottom side golden zone, but that's still a ways away. The bottom side golden zone, or this macro structural support, is sitting between 81,000 and 79,000. And so if it does come all the way back down here, I'll do a little bit of buying. But the reality is, Evan, it's still $3,000-$4,000 away. So until we see something shake, until we see something move, I'm not really doing too much. It's either going to find some support, try to work its way up, and the game plan still remains the same from yesterday's video, or it's going to come back down here, and then I'll start looking to do some DCAing. But until then, guys, I'm just letting this play out. This little pullback doesn't bother me. The fact that everyone's freaking out over PCA data when Jerome Powell himself said we were probably going to see inflation coming in a little bit weird, I think it's a bit of an overreaction, and it wouldn't shock me whatsoever if we do see Bitcoin try to push up to start to liquidate some of these people who are betting that the market's going to fall right now. So my strategy right now is to sit back, wait and watch, allow this to play out, DCA if we hit the golden zone, and just wait to see if we're capable of breaking this or not. Now, if Bitcoin does lose the golden zone, that is when I would start to get a little bit more concerned. That would put us in a position in which the breakdown target becomes $69,000 to $73,000. So do keep that in the back of your mind, right? Like if we lose the golden zone, we could very well see Bitcoin's price come back towards the high $60,000 levels, but we're not there yet. We've taken one tiny step in that direction, not anything super convincing yet. So nothing too worrying. I'm not really all that freaked out or worried about it. I'm just going to let it play out as I do. and we'll go from there. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Guys, don't forget, if you are an experienced trader, if you're experienced with doing technical analysis, not a beginner, I'm not talking to you, only if you're experienced, you can check out that link down to Fimix down below. There are only 7 days left to go and get registered up. And if you do, you can get, like, guys, thousands of dollars completely for free for signing up, for depositing, for starting to trade. And if you are a VIP on another platform like a big whale, you can actually transfer your status to this platform and they're going to give you even better benefits. So if you are someone who is experienced and you do a ton of trading, I do about 30, 40, 50% of my trading every day over on Fimix. So you can go check that out. And the affiliate link that I have is linked down below. Go check it out again. Only 7 days left if that does interest you. But overall, guys, not stressing as per usual. And I'm going to let it play out. A lot of people always make fun of me a little bit. You know, they say, Tyler, all you've ever done for the last 2 months is not much. And I'm like, hey, look at what crypto's done. I think that's paid us all out pretty well, right? I could have been leveraging. I could have been opening up long trades and buying. But the reality is, I'd have just been buying. I'd have been catching a falling knife. Me not doing much has saved me from this move. And baby, I'm going to keep that train a rolling until something changes. And so I hope you guys don't get frustrated about the fact that I'm kind of just sitting back and watching. But it's played out well so far. And I'm going to continue to do the same old same. And so I hope, of course, you guys did enjoy. Don't forget, you can go check out the brand new YouTube channel, Tyler Teaches Crypto, which will be linked down below. And go check out the link to the school if you are interested in joining thousands of other students and becoming a winning investor. But of course, overall, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.